really wanting it.
He looks keen.
Colin, no one's joined us yet today. I can see your tweezers right in front of the camera. Hello, good morning. Look, look. I think he's gonna... Morning, Jess, how are you? Good morning, Cara and Harrison, how are you? Morning, Jenny. Colin here. Oh, Colin's just having some breakfast this morning. Good morning, everybody, I hope you're well. This is session 2 of our Animal Centre Live. Hi Donna, hi Sam, hi Adam and Ella in Dartford, thank you for joining us this morning. Good morning to my wonderful sister. Hey Ashley and Cecily, hey Sadie. So plan for today, once Colin's had some breakfast, Craig's going to do a session for us this morning on health checking, handling some exotic animals. Well done, Colin. Please don't drop bug juice on my t-shirt. So we're going to start in the exotics room today, do a bit of handling with the animals. We're going to get Ghost out, who is our rat snake. We're also going to have a chat about our milk frogs, because we've just successfully bred our milk frogs, so we'd like you to see what an adult milk frog looks like, and then also what our little froglets look like. So I'm glad you love Colin. I love Colin too, he's my favourite. He's very, very hungry today, as you can see. Morning Denise, hi Beth, morning Harris. Blake and Blossom. Oh, we've got a rabbit called Blossom, it's a good name. After we've done our exotic session this morning, we're going to go through to the mammal room and we're going to join Abby, who's going to give us a session on how to health check guinea pigs. She's also then going to show us how we would health check an animal visually, because some of our animals, you can't actually health check by handling. I'm just glad he's not on my head yet, to be honest. Yeah, so we're going to do some health check-in sessions as well, and then we'll, hopefully have a little bit of a shorter session today. Just before we start, I just wanted to let you know that obviously we are still here, we're still working. What we do is necessity, so we are coming out every day to make sure the animals are fed, watered and cleaned. So, but we're doing very good at keeping our distance from one another. I've got Craig in here with me today in the exotics room. And then I've got Abby in the mammal room, so we're keeping our distance just like we're meant to. If you're interested in working with animals, we actually have a job going at the moment. We've got a job for a technician demonstrator. Colin, where are you going? A technician demonstrator is basically a practical based teacher. So what your role would be to assess the students practically. You get to hang around with Colin too. You also get to work weekends with the animals. It's about 1 in 3 weekends, because obviously animals still need looking after at the weekend. And working holidays too, but it's really exciting, get to join our little team. I would love to have as many applicants as possible. Obviously this will be unique for us because we'll be doing Skype interviews, because we obviously can't have people coming into the animal centre at the moment. So let's get started. Let's just pop Colin away from now. So you have to say goodbye to Colin. Hi Colin. I'll just pop him back in his little enclosure. Oh, hi Craig.
Hello.
See if I can just spin this round. Right Colin, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go back for a little bit. Very reluctant, aren't you? Because you'd like to stay out and have cuddles all day, because you're strange. As far as reptiles go, they don't usually like too much human interaction, but Colin absolutely loves it. Right, let me introduce you to Craig. Hey Craig, how are you?
Not too bad, how are you?
I'm good. Craig's suffering from hay fever a bit this morning because we've had another hay and straw delivery from the Suffolk Hay Company. Absolutely fantastic company who works with us very closely. We've also had our delivery from Phillips Brothers Wood Shavings, and we're really grateful. They're a brilliant company too. So if you need really big bales of shavings, they're definitely one to look out for. Right Craig, what are we up to today?
So today I thought we'd touch a bit on the importance of environmental parameters with reptiles and amphibians. Then we're going to look at the rat snake, and we'll also have a little bit of an update on the Amazonian milk froglets, which are doing really, really well at the minute. I think we've got between 40 and 50, so they're coming along really, really well. So if we start off over here with the parents, so these are our adult Amazonian milk frogs. These guys, like their name suggests, they do come from the Amazon, so these guys come from the rainforest. So in the rainforest, there are a number of different factors going on, so you've got quite a warm, humid environment. So our job as animal keepers is to try and replicate this as best we can. So there are a number of ways in which we can do this. So this thing over here, this is our ceramic heat emitter. So no light comes from this. This purely just blasts out heat, and this is attached to a thermostat. So the probe for that is just under here. So what this means is that we can set the thermostat. So we can go out and we can research everything about these frogs, and then we know from that information the right temperature that these guys need to be at as well. Now, on the temperature note, quite a lot of reptiles need what's called a thermogradient. So a thermogradient is basically just a warmer end and then a cooler end. And again, we can achieve this thermogradient by using things like ceramic heat emitters. We can use heat mats, and then on the other end, we can just leave that alone more or less. So it's a bit harder in smaller enclosures to create a bigger thermogradient, but with some of these big enclosures, we'll just go over here for just 1 second. Let's just have a quick look. So we've got 31.2 degrees over in this side of the enclosure, which is directly underneath the heat emitter, and over on this cool side it's 25.2. So this just enables Ghost, the rat snake, to thermoregulate and decide if he wants to warm up in the warm end, which he is today, or if he wants to be a bit cooler, then he can have a nice little bath over there. He can go in the moss box if he wants to be a bit more humid. So we're very keen on giving the animals the choice in what they want to do, and helping them to be as healthy as they possibly can. So we'll go back to the frogs. So these guys, like I said, they do come from the rainforest, and in the rainforest it rains quite a lot. So to replicate the rainfall that comes from the rainforest, what we can do is, if I can find it, it's over here. So we have a spray bottle. So really simple and really important. So we've just filled this bottle up with some dechlorinated water, because obviously the water that comes out of our taps isn't really suitable to be used on animals, especially amphibians in general, because their skin really is delicate. So we need to make sure that this water is very clean to be used for them. So all we can do to increase the humidity is simply just give it a spray. And the action of the misting pretty much replicates rainfall as well. There are a number of different ways you can spray manually like this. Other places will have misting systems. You can get foggers. So there are a variety of different ways in which you can increase humidity and give these guys the proper environmental parameters that they need.
Awesome. So, should we have a look at Ghost?
Yes. Let's talk about frogs all day.
So everybody has been fed. Oh, Colin, you can't come out all the time. Stop it, honestly. So we're just going to have a look at Ghost. Ghost is our rat snake. He's an albino rat snake. So he's very pretty. He's got really gorgeous eyes. If you don't like snakes, I do apologise. We've got Pandora out as well at the moment. Does anybody know what kind of snake Pandora is? Her nickname is a ball python. So if anybody knows what she's actually called, do have a shout. So this is our rat snake, Ghost. And Ghost has absolutely beautiful eyes. Don't you?
Ghost just got out of shed as well, so he's looking particularly beautiful. When they go into shed, they often go quite dark, and they can be quite grumpy, so they'll often spend a lot of their time tucked up away. And you'll notice the box that we've got in his enclosure is full of sphagnum moss, which is really good at retaining humidity. So what you'll often find, or sometimes find, with snakes that come from areas where the humidity is moderate to high, is that they will spend more time in the moss box in preparation to shed their skin.
Oh, we're getting lots of good feedback about Ghost. He's very beautiful.
So this is a sort of health check-in video. So we'll just touch on what we would do if we were health checking snakes. So whenever you're doing a health check, you want to work from the top to the bottom, and that's the same with any animal, because if you started from bottom to top, anything that shouldn't be at the bottom, you can then pass directly to the top, and that's not what we want. So when we're looking at Ghost, what we want to be looking for is what's called BAR, so that's bright, alert, and responsive. So we can see here, there's a bit of shit on your tail, he's bright, he's alert and he's responsive. The tongue's flicking out, so he's tasting the air. He's seeing exactly what's going on. So I know that he is bright, alert and responsive. So what else we can look at?
We'll definitely look at his scales as well. You can see, because he's albino, he's got these you can still see he has got this absolutely beautiful pattern. But it's really important when you're health checking snakes that you make sure that you don't go the opposite direction to their scales, because we absolutely don't want to hurt him. Hello. So it's really important when you're health checking you go with the scales if you're looking at the body. But actually Ghost is really easy to health check because he's quite chilled out, so he just stays still. Yeah, super cute. Thanks, Ghost.
Right, let's pop him back.
Should we have a quick look at these froglets before we go over and see Abby?
Yes. Right, let's pop him back.
Jessica says he's gorgeous, but she wouldn't have one. You might change your mind, Jess. They are really, really fun. I'm really sorry I'm so shaky today. I'm trying my best to keep it still. Sarah and Emily, this snake is a rat snake. It's an albino rat snake. Good morning, my wonderful Liz. How are you? So a lot of the animals are awake this morning. So yeah, earlier on we had a look at our Pandora. She's a royal python. So she's this beautiful, beautiful colour. And we've got our baby bearded dragons. They're very, very active this morning. They've just had some kale. Baby kale and some beetroot. They're very, very happy with that. Although you look a bit grumpy for some reason. There we go. Do we have a naughty snake? Craig, do we have a naughty snake?
Yeah, we do. The boa.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, our boa constrictor. He's actually, he's hiding up there at the moment. He's very beautiful, but he is a bit naughty. Like he's a bit hissy. He doesn't really like coming out very much. So yeah, he's our naughty snake. So Craig's just going to show us our baby frogs, which are called froglets. We've got about 40, I think, haven't we, so far?
50, yeah.
Let's have a quick look at these guys. Look, and if you think about the size of those milk frogs we saw earlier, they are teeny tiny. We'll open the front so you can have a better look.
So they're about 3 weeks old now.
Oh,
so again, obviously I mentioned thermogradients. It will be a lot harder to make thermogradient in an enclosure this small.
Hi Olivia and Jake.
But in here, we've got a number of measures that are helping these frogs to thrive. So we've got this up here, which is our UV bulb, which is vital for reptiles and amphibians. And at the back, you can see the heat mat in there as well. And then just before we started filming, I went around with my spray bottle and gave these guys a nice little misting, again, just to replicate the humidity that they would find out in the jungles of the Amazon rainforest. So there's 10 in each of these smaller enclosures, and obviously as they get bigger, they will be moved into bigger enclosures. At the minute, if you want to have a look at these, Sarah, this is dinner for the frogs. So because they're so small, the food that they eat is obviously going to be really small as well. So we're feeding them fruit flies daily, and just making sure that every frog eats. Because they're so young and so small, we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to make sure that these guys grow up to be as fit and as healthy and as strong.
Craig, we've got a question from Alex and my friend Aaron. What do we feed the snakes?
So, not everyone likes to hear this, but snakes are carnivores, so they will eat meat. They'll eat mice, they'll eat rats, they will eat chicks. Some snakes will eat things like eggs. But on the whole, in captivity especially, for snakes of the size that we've got here at the college, mice and rats are what's on the menu.
Yeah, so this is Pyro. Pyro named because obviously his coloration is very much like fire. So Pyro would eat large mice because he is a very large snake. He's a corn snake, so this is as big as he'll get. But yeah, so all of our animals in the animal centre have either rats or mice, depending on obviously the size of them. Benjamin and Jacob, hello, how are you? No, they don't eat live mice and rats. That is actually against the 5 animal needs. So for you guys who don't know too much about legislation, which is fairly boring, to be fair. But animal legislation, we've got the Animal Welfare Act 2006, and part of that are the 5 animal needs, and part of that is making sure that animals are protected from pain, suffering, injury and disease. And if you were to feed mice live, obviously those poor mice wouldn't be protected from pain, injury or suffering. So no, it's not allowed to actually feed live mice and rats. It wouldn't be very fair either, would it? Because they would have no way of escaping. So no, and it's also a real risk because you could damage your animal as well, because obviously if you imagine being a little mouse trying to fight for your life, you would bite and scratch as much as you could, wouldn't you? So no, we don't do that. Hello, this is our Horsfield tortoise. She's very active now. She's just come out of brumation or hibernation. So she's really, really active at the moment. You can see she's got her dinner or breakfast there. So she's eating grass pellets because she's a type of tortoise who likes to eat lots of grass and hay. She's also got rose petals, hibiscus flowers. She's got some different types of leafy greens. And she's got some bell peppers because tortoises really love the colour red. Hello. So it's really, really important for them to have a really good mix. Hello. We often have her running around on the floor actually, so she'll probably come out in a little while as we leave the room. Hello Elodie. Oh, you want to look after animals when you grow up. That's cool. Hopefully we'll see you in a few years' time then. If you're 10 now, we'll see you in 6 years. So work really hard at school and then you can come and study the level 3 animal management course with us. And we'll help you to get your job working with animals. Denise, absolutely. Come and have a look. Absolutely. Do we have a favourite snake? What's your favourite snake?
I do like the ball python or the royal python.
Yeah.
Yeah, pythons in general, they're big-bodied snakes. Obviously, she won't get that big, but other species of python, so Burmese python, articulated pythons, they're going to get a lot bigger.
Hi Clarice, how are you? Clarice isn't much of a fan of people as Colin is, so she's a bit... Oh... Just chilling with your arm out there. Anything on leopard geckos? Well, leopard geckos are nocturnal, so unfortunately at the moment they're all very, very much asleep. I don't know, see if we can see any legs. Oh, we can see a little bit of a face in there. But yeah, leopard geckos are nocturnal, sorry. So being able to get them out during the day is quite tricky. Colin's still wanting to come out, don't you, you little monkey? Just a quick warning, I'm just going to show you one of our tarantulas. Obviously, if you don't want to look, you can shut your eyes. So this is our Mexican red knee. Erin, you little dinosaur, you know I don't have lions here, you've been here. So this is a Mexican red knee, not everybody's favourite I'm sure, but so cute and fluffy. Look at those little hairs on his legs, super cute. How many snakes do we have, Craig? Where have you gone?
What have we got? We've got the boa constrictor.
Yeah.
We've got the royal python.
Yeah.
We've got the rat snake.
Yeah.
And the corn snake. So we've got four different species of snakes.
So we are hoping to get so a western hognose as well because we really like those. So right, I think we're done in this room. So we'll go and see what Abby's up to in the mammal room. Bye, thanks very much, Craig. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Right, off we go. Hello, we'll just make our way through to the small mammal room. I just wanted to make sure you can see something as we go, because if not, you're just staring at the corridor. So we've had all of our deliveries come in, so it's all very full. Let's have a quick look. Hello. So this is Abby. She's my technician demonstrator. Good morning. How are you?
Morning. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. We've just been getting some of the animals out in the exotics room, doing a bit of health checking and handling. What are we doing with you today?
Pretty much similar thing. We're going to talk a little bit about animal husbandry. So that's basically all the things that we need to do to ensure that we're meeting the animal's needs. Thought we'd use a guinea pig as one of our guinea pigs for the health check. And I'll try and link it to other species. I thought it might help all the people that have these pets at home.
Absolutely.
I've been in here sometimes, so they're very aware that I'm here. But usually when you're health checking, you want to have a little look around in the animal's enclosure. That's for things like their urine and feces, to make sure that they are of a healthy shape and consistency.
Abby, you're getting lots of shout outs right now.
Woo. And you also need to make sure that they have, or they're behaving as they typically would in their enclosure. Obviously, if the animal is behaving in a different way, it might be because they're sick, so you might have to adapt your handling practice. So the rule is when you're handling an animal is to make sure that they're aware that you're going to pick them up.
You've got somebody called Logie saying hello to you.
Hey. Hi, it's my nephew.
Oh, lovely.
So you need to make sure that they're aware that you're about to handle them. They're prey species, so you don't want to stress them out with handling.
Morning, Martin.
Just to make note, any animal that you have that has a tail, please do not ever pick the animal up by their tail. Their tails aren't actually able to withstand their body weight.
Craig's watching us from the other room. Get on with some work, Craig.
Also, it can cause a lot of damage. Like some of the animals, like the degus, can deglove their tail, which basically means their skin will shed and it'll expose their bone, which will be very, very painful. So please don't ever pick your pets up by tail.
Oh, Jamie and Morgan have guinea pigs called Ant and Dec.
Oh, that's cute.
What are our guinea pigs called?
So we've got two groups of guinea pigs here. We've got, which is kind of converted into three at the moment, which I'll talk about in a second. So we've got a group of female guinea pigs in here. The white one here is Grape, and her mum is Daisy. Last year the year before we did a guinea pig breeding programme, and Daisy had four babies. We've also got Tulip and Bramble. So Tulip, Bramble and Daisy are sisters.
It looks like you're pointing to... Oh, there they are. I was going to say, it looks like you're
Tulip.
just pointing to the hay.
Bramble, who we're about to use in a minute, and Daisy, they're sisters. They're probably coming up to about 4 years old now, so that is geriatric for a guinea pig. Guinea pigs live between the age of 4 to 8 usually. I've had a guinea pig as my own that lived to 8 years old, but
Wow,
it's very uncommon.
We've got people who've got 200 guinea pigs.
200 guinea pigs,
Hey,
wow.
Sarah Lou.
That's crazy.
Somebody who used to have 45 guinea pigs because they rescued them. That's amazing. We've how many guinea pigs do we have?
We've got 4 in each group. So
Should we have a look at these guys
In this group,
as well?
we did have 4 males. So unfortunately, we lost 2 of our geriatric males this year. So we got.
What does
2
geriatric mean, Abby?
Old animals. Sorry, old like your grandma and your granddad. So the older animals unfortunately passed on. So we wanted to get 2 new males. So we got 2 brothers, Rocket and Ron, who we did establish into this group, but unfortunately there has been some issues. So we're going back to splitting the groups. So we've got 1 adult and 1 baby in each group, and then we're going to slowly introduce them. By having this enclosure and having the mesh contact, that means that they can still have positive contact through the enclosure, which is really, really important. Guinea pigs are social, and they should live in at least pairs or more. So this is Rocket.
Hey, Rocket.
You'll notice that all of the males have magical names. So we've got Rocket, Ron.
We are a
Weasley.
fan of Harry Potter, aren't we?
Yeah, we've also got Groot and Niffler. So Niffler is one that we rescued. He's a bit of a socially strange guinea pig. He's not the typical guinea pig. He was living on his own for a long period of time, so because this was a young age, it has actually really affected how he interacts with guinea pigs now.
Do we have any raccoons?
Oh, it would be cool to have a raccoon, but we unfortunately do not have any.
No, and because they changed legislation now, they're actually an animal that they would do too well if they were released into the British wildlife. So you can't actually have raccoons now unless you have a licence to do so. People who already had raccoons can obviously still keep them. But Abby, I'm just gonna, while you're getting your guinea pig, I'm just gonna have a little walk around so we can have a look. Because we've got some people asking how our rabbits are. There's Aggie having a little drink. Morning, Ags. Agro Aggie. That's Foxy. How fast would a guinea pig run?
Oh, I don't know. In the wild, they're from grassland in South America, so as they're a prey species, they probably do run quite fast, because if they're going from one area of safety to another, they probably will run fast. But in terms of miles, I wouldn't have a clue. Bramble, not very much because of this podgy belly here.
Yeah. Gemma's just asked me why did we start this animal play. So the animal centre, there's Guinness and Fudge. So the animal centre is actually for students. So we have 111 students in animal studies, and all of our students are studying level 1, level 2 or level 3 animal studies programmes. And the reason they're studying those is because they want to, hey Bernard, is because, yeah, hey baby, come here then, you little monk. You're a monkey. So the reason the students are studying animal studies is because they either want to be a veterinary nurse or they want to be a veterinary surgeon, they want to be a zookeeper, animal behaviourist, wildlife photographer, conservationist, marine biologist. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. So we have a lot of students that go from us to university, but then we also have a lot of students who go from us straight into work. So, good morning, Chinchilla. Hello, what are you doing up there? Hello. Do we have any Bengal tigers? My gosh. we don't have a zoo licence. So all of the animals we have, you don't need to have a licence for. So how old do you have to be to come and do some work experience? Well, all of our students have to do mandatory work experience. So unfortunately, we don't get the opportunity to ask anyone else to come do work experience because the animal centre is always very full of students, which is a good thing, and we really miss them actually. I had a Facebook Live with the students yesterday, and it was really nice to be able to see, or to have some of them see me at least. Do we have any cockatoos? Not yet, but we'd really like some. Craig is actually really, really keen on birds, so that is an area we're hoping to develop. Morning, Will. Thank you very much. We're working very hard. I hope you're enjoying your cup of tea, which I'm sure you're sitting there drinking. But yeah, we are developing all the time, so there's always things that we'd like to change and things we'd like to add. Got to see the rats, so baby rats. Abby's going to do us a little how we health check animals when we're not handling them, so you get to see the Gambian pouch rats in a bit. Right, let's go back and join Abby. Just so you know, for those of you that are interested in the job, you don't have to have bright coloured hair to work here, but we do like it. So
And piercings.
And piercings, yeah. Although we're not supposed to wear those in the animal centre, we are breaking a lot of rules at the moment.
Sorry, student. Okay, so when you're health checking out an animal, it's really, really important to ensure that you're starting at the end, at the facial area. We don't want to pass anything from any other areas to the sensitive eyes, so we don't want to form any infection or potential infection for Bramble. So yeah, this is Bramble. She's one of our geriatric.
Morning, Renee.
She's a mixed breed, but her fur indicates that she's definitely got some teddy in her, which is like a wiry sort of coat.
Morning, Jade. The baby mice are doing great, thank you. There was a question: how old do you have to be to be a student with us?
16 is the age, so you would have hopefully just done some GCSEs, and then you'll come on to our 3 different levels that we open. So one of them starts at level 1, so it's very much doing the basics of learning about all the foundation work and looking after animals. Level 2 is about GCSE equivalent, and it's about 50-50 practical, so you've got to spend a lot of time in the animal centre. And then level 3 is basically our A-level qualification.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, unbiased, I think it's really good.
And our level 3 is actually equivalent to 3 A levels, so it'd be like going to sixth form and studying 3 separate subjects, but you get to study all the animal subjects with cool people like Abby and I. Thank you. Chris says, does everyone have to be awesome to work there? Oh, does everyone have to have awesome hair to work there?
Oh, everyone has to be awesome.
Everyone has to be Everybody has to be awesome.
Okay, yeah, so when you're checking, so Bramble absolutely loves her food.
Hey, Bramble.
So she's having some pepper, some spring greens and some carrots. So we want to make sure that we're creating a positive experience with handling. So by giving them food, giving them attention physically and giving them a groom means that it's a positive experience for her. So you just need to check the animal's eyes. This is probably going to be difficult now because she's got food.
I'll come back a little bit because I think I'm distracting her a little bit.
So you're just basically checking that the eyes are healthy. So if you sort of look around, you'll notice that Bramble in her eye, she has discoloration at the top. So that we know about that. So it's almost like a freckle in her eye. But guinea pig's eyes should be clear and bright. If there are any signs of cloudiness, redness, any sort of excessive discharge, you should really seek medical attention.
Oh, Cece's counting down 8 years before she can come be a student with us.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Cece.
Once you've done the eyes, you can also look at the nose. So just checking it again. There's no signs of discharge or any sort of mucus. So when we have a cold, you can get a very runny nose. It's very similar to guinea pigs. They can have a runny nose and they can't blow their nose. So It'll
Do
be very present.
guinea pigs' teeth ever stop growing?
Oh, we're going to talk about that actually. We can talk about that now.
Right,
So,
we'll come in.
If you have a little look at Bramble's teeth, she lets us.
Oh,
look at that.
good girl.
Perfect. So, guinea pigs' teeth, and much like all rodents' teeth, will continue to grow throughout their life.
Morning,
That's
Cora.
why it's really important that we provide them things like the apple branches that they've got in there today, and lots of good quality hay. Shout out to the Suffolk Hay Company.
Whoop whoop.
So that's really, really important because it provides 80% of their diet, so they need to have access always to hay or grass. But it helps basically grind down their teeth, so their teeth do continually grow. So think about if our teeth continually grow, we would literally look ridiculous.
Yeah.
So by having that food, it's helped grinding down those teeth so that they can still obviously do everything they need to with their mouth, communicate, eat and everything.
And Bella, who's 10, wants to come to school with us every single day.
You know, when you're old enough, you can come every day. Well, it's 3 days a week, but you can come and join us.
3 days a week and then a mandatory 1 day a week work experience. So you get to work in industry, which is really cool, isn't it, Abby? Because we've both worked in industry, and that's, you know, how we make sure that our lessons are really relevant to the students, because we've both had different experiences, and Craig's got good industry experience as well, so we can bring that all into our lessons. Hi, Ava and Evelyn. Good morning. Do we have any skunks?
No, we did want to get skunks.
Yeah.
Obviously, the smell is a big thing. So if we were going to get skunks, we'd probably get ferrets and maybe keep them in a room together and nobody smelly.
Yeah,
That would be the
but
smelly room.
also our nocturnal room, we had to decide. We actually let the students decide what animals we wanted, didn't we? We did a poll and we got them to research what animals we were going to have in induction week. And Gambian pouch rats just seemed to be the best animal for that size space, and obviously our sugar gliders as well, which we'll show you in a little bit. Right, where are we going now?
Okay. Just make sure that you're providing lots of hay for your animal, and then some things for them to gnaw on. So that's with any of your rat species, your hamster species, and that's just to ensure that they have good mouth health.
Can you confirm why guinea pigs and rabbits can't live together, please?
I actually used to have guinea pigs and rabbits living together when I was younger. Shout out Ginger Thomasina, she was the best guinea pig ever. It never seemed to be a problem, but the problem is their diets are different.
Yes.
So the nutrients that they need are different, and also the injuries that have been reported over the years.
Yes.
So obviously,
Rabbits have very
got
strong legs,
strong
haven't they?
back legs for their bouncing around, and obviously if that goes into their face or into a body part of a guinea pig, it can cause obviously internal problems. But there have been cases where guinea pigs' eyes have been affected, they've lost their vision because of being kicked in the face. So
Morning, Tara.
Really, they should be kept separate.
Yeah, and also it's really difficult because what would you feed them? Rabbit food or guinea pig food? Well, they both have such different needs, and you couldn't obviously feed them. I mean, you'd have to feed them separately, wouldn't you, to make sure the guinea pigs are getting the adequate vitamin C that they need?
And that can cause potential problems as well, like feeding animals separately that live in a group. It can cause dominance or issues of bullying almost. So it's always best to. There are animals that you can have mixed species together. We've got lots of those in the animal centre.
Yeah.
But things like rabbits and guinea pigs would not be able to.
No, and we don't do that here either. Bramble was the best ever. She is very well behaved.
She's been handled lots over the years that we've had her.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves attention. She's making lots of positive chirpy noises right now.
See if we
And
can
she
hear
loves
her.
a stroke.
Hello.
Look.
Oh, cabbage.
She's not fussy.
No, and we have to remember our animals are very used to being handled. So they're handled by students every single day. Obviously not at the moment, they're just handled by us, but they're handled by the students every single day. So they're very used to being handled. That's very important because they're here to do a job at the end of the day. Their job is to teach the students how to have the skills necessary for when they go out in industry. So it's really, really important.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you want to... somebody asked me about hamsters, which I thought was a good...
Okay. So I'll
Bye,
put
Bramble.
back.
There we go.
So, funnily enough, got a hamster out, ready, prepared.
What level GCSEs would you need to come and work here? So obviously as a student for us, it very much depends what level you want to study. If you want to study level 1, we don't currently ask for GCSEs. We look at everyone on an individual basis. Level 2, we ask for English, Maths and Science at a grade 3 and above, and one other. And then for level 3, we ask for Maths, English and Science and 2 others at level 4 and above. So it very much depends on what what you're aiming to get at GCSE. So if you work really, really hard, you can come and do the level 3 programme with us, which is what most zoos and places like that look for when they're looking for.
But if you want to actually work,
Staff members?
you need to have the level 3 qualification or more.
Yes, so for our current job advert, which you can see on our college's website, our criteria, which is essential, is you must have a minimum level 3 animal management qualification and a year's worth of experience in industry, because I need to make sure that my staff are teaching the students how to be ready for industry, and that's very difficult to do if you haven't been in industry. Who is this?
This is Chickpea.
Hey, Chickpea.
So she's nearly coming up to 2 years old. She's quite a sassy hamster. When I got her, she actually escaped out of 2 boxes and was running around my car when we first got her.
What type of hamster is Chickpea?
Chickpea is a Syrian hamster. So Syrian hamsters, also known as teddy hamsters. We've also got winter white, Russian dwarf and Chinese hamsters here at the centre. Those ones are slightly smaller, so their diet needs to be obviously slightly reduced compared to the bigger ones.
Morning, Helen and Charlie. Yes, Tara, this is our mammal room. It's very big. It's got very high ceilings.
So you'll notice when I'm picking her up, I'm actually scooping her up rather than doing this. So this is called a claw technique. We don't want to do that because, again, they're prey species, and we want to make sure that the handling is a positive experience. So we don't want to use claws. Another technique for handling for hamsters, is the cone. So it's like holding an ice cream. So you can really look into their eyes.
Please don't lick the hamster.
Lick it?
Well, like an ice cream.
Oh no, I won't. And yeah, so just basically the health check for a hamster would be slightly different because you can't really manipulate the eyes or move the eyes around or anything to check.
You have to be really careful with hamster eyes too.
If you scruff the animal, it can potentially cause the eyes to pop out, and there's definitely been cases of that. I've seen at vets where someone actually thought it was a piece of poo on the animal's face, but it was his eye, and unfortunately had to have an operation to have its eye shut. So really, animal handling and the correct animal handling techniques are really, really, really important for your pets and for working in industry.
Why do we keep our Syrian hamsters separately?
So actually they're solitary animals, so it means that they live on their own. They only come together during mating seasons, and that's just short term, just to find a mate, and then the female will go off and have her babies, and then they'll leave when they become adults.
How long do they live for?
On average, around 2 years is good, but we've had Syrian hamsters here live to 3 to 4 years old. So really just make sure that you're looking after your hamster as well as you can.
Chickpea's going to live forever though, right?
Yeah, she's the best. She's one of the ones that's been handled lots as well. Naturally, Syrian hamsters do move lots, so that's why it's really, really important to they have access to a wheel.
Yes.
So you may notice if you have a hamster that they keep you awake at night, because you can see by their big eyes that they are nocturnal. So nocturnal means that they are active during the evening. So they're running around on their wheel, much like what that Daisy is doing right now. It's really, really important that they have the right size wheel so that it's not causing injuries, so that they can run around.
Awesome, thanks so much, Chickpea. Sorry to have woken you up during the day. Chickpea actually lives in our nocturnal room, so she would be awake at this time anyway, which is why we picked her.
We're going to go to now anyway.
Yeah, we're going to have a look at the nocturnal room. Somebody's just asked me how we health check our Dagus.
It's exactly the same practice. So handling, not picking them up by their tail, because their tails do deglove. So shed the skin, and it's exactly the same way. So handling, so checking their teeth actually have to be yellow. So you'll notice that a lot of rodent teeth are yellow, and that's to do with the vitamin D, so part of their nutrition. And if they don't have yellow teeth, it means that they're not healthy. So make sure if you've got a rodent that your teeth they're yellow.
Right.
Yeah, same practice.
We'll just have a quick look at the Dagus while you're putting Chickpea away, and then I'll come and join you in the nocturnal room where the sugar gliders are. So you can see our Dagus absolutely love the wheel. Oh, is my camera going to focus? Come on. Maybe if I go a bit closer. There we go. So our Dagus, I don't know why, all 3 of them get in the wheel together and they all run in tandem. It's quite funny. Oh, hang on, someone's coming to join me. Oh, you're too close. You wanted a close-up, didn't you? So our Dagus all live together. They're all girls. But yeah, so they often run around this wheel together. Look, they're so funny. They do actually have another wheel at the top as well. So it's not like we're not giving them ample opportunity to exercise together. You're just sleeping in the wheel. You're in the way, dude. Can we see the dormice? We do have African pygmy dormice, but they're nocturnal. So, and actually they've just had babies, so they're not actually that easy to spot during the daytime. We can have a look and see if the harvest mice are about though. Is anybody awake today? I think they're all asleep as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think they're all asleep. And this is where our African pygmy dormice live. Yes, we do have rats. We've got fancy rats, Dumbo rats, naked rats, and we've got giant Gambian pouch rats. All the rats. We'll just see if anybody else is awake up this way today. I think everyone's asleep. This is actually one of our new enclosures. We've got jerboas in here. They are nocturnal and I don't want to wake them up. They're really interesting looking. They're like kangaroo rats. They've got big ears like a rabbit, and they've got big back legs like a rabbit as well. They're very interesting. They look like this actually. I'll show you. Very, very interesting. And living in here at the moment is our male African pygmy dormouse, because we didn't realise we had a male. We thought we had all females, and now we've got babies. So we've had to separate him so we don't end up with lots of babies, because we don't want to end up with lots of animals, because we only have so much space. So it's really important that we're sensible about these things. All the gerbils are awake. Hello. Oh, good morning. So we've got 3 gerbils in here, all girls, 2 white ones and a black one. What is the hardest animal to handle? That is a really good question. We've got animals that we don't handle. So we're about to go see the Gambian pouch rats and the sugar gliders. We don't handle them because that room is very much meant to be like a zoo room. And we really want the students to get used to working with animals they can't handle. Because obviously if you become a zookeeper, you can't handle all the animals. Hey Ash, how are you? Do we have any birds? No, not yet. Who's the cheekiest? Probably these 2. Look at them. It's not okay to be this cute, you 2. So this is Bernard and Blossom. So Blossom is the one at the top there. And then Bernard is the one that's squashed at the bottom. Bernard thinks he's a dog. They are just so cute, aren't they? You're so cute. Yeah. I could spend my whole day with Bernard and Blossom because they are literally so cute. Have any escapes? Yes, unfortunately so. I spent 7 hours trying to catch a hamster here once on a Saturday. Do we collect animal skeletons? Yeah, we absolutely do. Hi Matt, how are you? Yeah, we absolutely do. We had quite a lot of skeletons actually, but unfortunately our last animal centre, which was based at Newmarket High School, we had a fire there and we lost quite a lot of our skeletons. So we have got, this is our rabbit skeleton. Really good for teaching students about the skeletal system. But that's the only skeleton at the moment because our other one's got damaged. So it's a real shame. Right, hello. Let's rejoin Abby. We'll just wait for my camera to get used to the difference in here. We'll just have a quick look and see if the sugar gliders are about. Oh, cool. Hello, good morning. Yeah, you like to bite fingers though, don't you? You're cheeky. Right. Do we have any geckos? Yes, we do. We've got crested geckos and leopard geckos. Soon to hopefully have Madagascan day geckos, tokay geckos, and we'd like some satanic leaf-tailed geckos. Abby, who are you in there with today?
Okay, so I've got the Gambian pouch rats. We've got 2 male Gambian pouch rats. We've got Gaston, who is this male here, and then Gus Gus, who is the male behind. The students got to pick their names. We did a poll on Facebook.
Yeah, so Gus Gus is the little mouse from a Disney movie.
Yeah.
And obviously these are rats, so it's not overly...
Yeah, not overly. they wanted
This is what happens when you let students name the animals. So,
I'm going to be doing a visual health check with them. So these animals in here we like to replicate sort of like a zoo environment, so it's a hands-off approach. Not to say that they won't come and touch you, but we just tend to not handle these animals as much. So we do lots of animal training, so we use lots of props to help them do tricks and stuff. So what I'm trying to do is to encourage the animal out with food. So I've got some locusts here. So if you have any rodents, they will most probably be omnivorous, which is an animal that can eat animal matter and plant matter.
I have a quick question about the sugar gliders for
Yeah.
you. Why are they called sugar gliders?
Because their diet is basically they eat lots of nectar, pollen, bee pollen, they eat tree sap and lots of sugary items. And the glider is because they have a membrane which is like a skin flap between their wrist and their ankle, and as they're gliding from, basically they jump and it's like a parachute and they glide out between tree to tree. That's why they're called sugar gliders.
Abby, what is your favourite animal from Evie?
Oh, my actual favourite animal in the world is definitely primates. That's so monkeys. That's all my experience. I absolutely love monkeys, but here, I don't know. It's really difficult. You spend a lot of time with one animal for a day, and then they instantly become your favourite. I think I've got a favourite from each room, maybe, but it's really hard to just pick one favourite. Right, you gonna come out now? So, if any of you have rodents, you can actually feed them insects, but you have to make sure that you buy them from a company. You can't just get them out from the garden because they could have disease.
And pesticides.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you are going to feed them insects, just make sure you feed them to your rodent head first, obviously, because the insect could actually bite the animal. So you want them to kill the animal straight away. I know that sounds awful, so sorry if anyone's squeamish out there, but they absolutely love them. And so making sure that he's eating, that's a really good indication that the animal's healthy, giving him an overall visual look around his body. When he came up closer to me whilst you weren't in the room, I could check into his eyes. And if I look really closely, I could look into his mouth. We do provide them with the things to gnaw on for their teeth as well. And then see how they're interacting with their environment and each other. And that basically can show you that they are healthy. They've had their breakfast, so as you can see from his eyes, he's slightly sleepy this morning. But they've been really active this morning. They had some fruit, and they have a mixture of rat biscuits and ferret biscuits. They have a slightly higher protein diet than normal rats. They're the most intelligent rat species, so I'm going to be doing some videos on animal training, which I'll put up on our YouTube eventually once they're fully trained, and that again will help us with animal training because I'll be able to get them to stand up to touch a target, and I can look at their
Absolutely.
side and things like that. So
we've got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So we've got, can you come and visit the animals normally? Well, the animal centre is obviously a functioning classroom essentially for all the students. So we're very busy all week teaching the students. So unfortunately during the week we're very busy, and then at weekends we obviously come in to feed and clean the animals, and we're only here for 4 hours each day. However, we do have open events where the college is open for prospective students to come and have a chat with the staff. So you can come see myself, Abby, Craig, Laura, James and Jordan, where you can have a chat about what the course entails and what you'd like to do, what your career aspiration is, and then you get a tour of the animal centre at the same time. We do also want to do a proper animal centre opening, but unfortunately the pandemic has made that a little difficult for us.
So they're obviously nocturnal. This is why we have this red light. So I don't know if we've said this already. So the animals can't actually see the red light, but having this nocturnal room means that we can actually see them. Oh, he absolutely loves locusts.
I'm really trying not to sing Roxanne.
Yeah. So important to have this red light so the students can actually see these animals being active. So for them right now it's night time.
Morning, Isla and Paige. How are you?
And again, they're nocturnal. You can see their massive eyes. It's trying to basically take in as much light as possible so they can see. As you can see, they absolutely love insects. They're males. We've got 4 males in this group. They've all got sugary names: maple, treacle, cane, all of that sort of thing. And you'll notice, if you can see, they have a bald patch on the top of their head, and that is for scent marking. So they basically use smell as a form of communication.
Is he the only one awake at the moment?
There might be some more in here. Don't know if they will make a noise. Ooh,
Oh, there we go.
Coming out. Do you want another one?
See if I can get a bit closer. Ooh, bit of cage in there.
Come over here.
Let's see if I can go a bit higher maybe. Oh, there we go. Hello.
Can we get it? Come on then. But this one wants it as well. Come on.
If he jumps, you'll be able to see why they're called gliders, because they do. Obviously, they're arboreal, and arboreal means that they live their lives in the trees. And these guys have this unique little flap of skin either side of their body to help them glide between the trees safely. If you see them on the floor, they look very alien on the floor because they're not great at wandering around on the floor. Yeah, come down, you little cutie.
Yeah, there we go. They absolutely love insects. So again, these animals aren't omnivorous. Predominantly, when they do live in the wild, they live off of like sugary things, like tree sap. So they'll bite open to expose the sap from a tree. So we have to make sure that we replicate that in here. So we make this special thing called sugar glider cubes, blending up lots of different things, and they have that along with different fruits and vegetables. They tend to not make the best pets because of
Oh, that's one of the questions that's just come up actually.
Okay, there you go. So it's like a telepathy.
Yeah.
Because look at how much space they need. So we've only got 4 males in this group, and this
I'll try and get as far back in
the size of me. You know, it's a very large enclosure. And also, obviously, because they're nocturnal, it might mean that they can keep you awake at night.
Yeah.
Nocturnal animals tend to not like being handled in the day, so if you're going to do any handling, it's best to do it late afternoon, early evening.
They need to be in a group as well, don't they?
Yeah, so these guys tend to work best and live best in groups. So at least 2 or more individuals. I know lots of people keep them in bird cages, and lots of people do have wonderful facilities to look after these animals, but as a general pet, you wouldn't be able to keep them like in our rodent enclosures here, like for our hamsters, it definitely wouldn't be suitable. And they tend to be a more advanced pet, so you'd have to do a lot of research into their nutrition and into their health.
Yeah, enrichment as well. They need to be kept constantly busy, don't they?
So like the video I posted the other day with the fruit kebabs on the group, you know, we have to make sure that we're changing up this enclosure regularly, we're stimulating them. They're a very intelligent species, so we need to make sure that we are making them work for things rather than, you know, just giving them everything on a plate because they'll get bored.
How old are our sugar gliders? We only got them this year. So
yeah, about 6 months old.
Yeah, so they're quite young boys. Hi Gemma. Gemma wants to be a zookeeper. We can absolutely help you become a zookeeper here. We've got lots of students that are out in industry.
Yeah.
Can we please see the goats? Oh my gosh, do you know how cold it is outside?
We can go and say
We
hello
can go,
if you want to.
absolutely.
Just need to grab the key on the way.
Hey Ellison, I've got my keys on me right now, so we can go and have a quick look. Probably should check Craig is okay, really, but he's probably still looking at the frogs. Better watch that step because I'm likely to fall over. Oh, yeah, it's look at the goats. They will definitely expect to be fed though.
Yeah, that's they've only had 2 scoops.
Oh, so we can give them a little bit of food as well. So we can. Hey Emily, how are you? Hey Ellison. I'm glad everybody's enjoying it again today because it's actually really nice for the team. Like I said last week, it's really nice for the team to be able to do this as well, because obviously we're oh god, it's got poor network connection.
We can go out and go straight out.
No, we're fine. We're back.
Okay.
We're back.
Right. Bailey.
What? In you come, please.
George.
George, come on, baby. In you go. No. In you go. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know you're a monkey, aren't you?
So, like we were talking about diets earlier, so goats absolutely love their food. They are herbivorous, so they only can eat plant matter. Shout out to all the vegans out there.
Andy, stop being so mean.
They literally can only eat plant matter. Oi! A lot of their diet is made up of pasture, so grass, meadow grasses. So again, we have to provide them with lots of hay. I don't know if one of them will be very receptive, but I could show you inside their mouth to show you their dental plate. So they have teeth on the bottom and then a dental plate on the top, and it helps grind down that so the roughage, so all of the hay. And as you can see from George, maybe you'll let us.
George, he might not let you because Andy's being a bit
dental
mean.
Pad, teeth, dental pad.
Oh, George.
So yeah, they are herbivorous.
Hello, Andy. How are you?
I think you sort of touched on it last week. They have the 4 stomachs. Andy.
That was my
You
phone.
can see he very much loves his food. So this is why they have lots of gas and a big belly, because it's lots of gas is created as they're digesting their food. Bailey and George are definitely the friendliest out of them. and they absolutely love a massage, don't you boys? And
Andy's
Andy
not.
just likes to throw his weight around and think he's this big old thug, but actually he's a bit of a wuss. Struggle to handle him because he hates being handled. And then we've got Russ, Harry and Hank who you met last week as well, the Golden Guernseys. With their care we have to make sure that
Some people are saying they can't hear us now, so I don't know if people can still hear us. Hopefully everybody can. Oh, Andy, you... Oh, that was right in my leg. It's very difficult to film when you're being so mean, Andy. He's headbutted my hand and my knee so far. Yeah, we'll go back in now because he hurt my hand. Do we have any animals called Evie, Freya or Madison? We don't actually, no. But
do you have some names that need to be added to the list though? So
yeah.
we could put a poll up later.
So yeah, we've always got we're always looking for more animal names because obviously we get animals all the time. So we're always open to suggestions with animals.
Some of the frogs need to be named.
Yeah, we've got all of those froglets. So
anyone got some frog names?
We go in
Phyllis or Filbert. We've already got.
Yeah,
that.
we've already got a Filbert the frog.
And a Freddo.
And a Freddo.
Not great.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to, because I can't while I'm attached to the door at the same time. There we go. We'll just go and quickly see Craig. Who's the cutest?
Me. I'm the cutest.
She's very modest. Quick, see what Craig is up to. Oh, he's not even in it. Somebody asked me earlier if we had fish, and we do have fish. This is an area that we're developing a bit more. So we haven't really got that many fish at the moment. Somebody wants to name their frog Lola. I had a dog called Lola. It's a lovely name. Lovely name. So yeah, we do have, these are our golden barbs. And we've got some lemon tetra, and do we have any bats? No, we don't have any bats. That is it on the nocturnal front, is what you saw in that room. We don't have space for bats. We did actually look at having some yellow fruit bats. Clarice is having some breakfast.
We're just making sure that anything that we have here, we can definitely provide it the best care, and that's really important for your pets as well. Please don't think about getting something without doing research and making sure that you have the appropriate funds and space to look after them.
Clarice is really annoyed that I've just caught her eating. She's like,
sass.
she's stopped eating. She's like, no.
She gets angry in the morning when you come in.
What is my favourite animal? Hippos. I absolutely love hippos. Can't really have one of those here, sadly. Clarice, finish eating your cricket, honestly. Don't mind me. She's a wally. I'm going to have to leave her to it because she's literally holding on because she doesn't want to eat. There you are. We're worried about you. Thought you'd run off.
One of our newest additions. Don't know if you can see him.
Oh, there he is.
Pac-Man frog. He's super awesome. Oh, he's actually a toad species, isn't he? This is why he's not got water. But
what kind of frogs do we have? Well, amphibian-wise, we've got this Argentinian horned toad or frog, or a Pac-Man frog, and then we've got our Amazonian milk frogs.
Looking very majestic right there.
Hello, beautiful.
That's one of our females.
We've also got some snowflake white tree frogs. What species is Clarice? She is a Yemen chameleon. Pygmy hippos are my favourite actually, but I do love anything South African, to be honest with you.
Just under here.
Oh, there he is. That's our snowflake white tree frog. Hello. So we've got one male and one female.
Very pretty. So very vocal in the morning.
Yeah, very chatty. Very chatty. Right, it's coming up to 12, so we are nearing the end of our video. Thank you. We'll come back round. There we go. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined us. It's been really lovely. Hello.
That was good dance.
As you can see, hysteria is starting to set in a little bit because we only get to see each other. I don't get to see anybody else. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been great as usual, and we'll come back to you again next week. So next Wednesday, 11 AM for another video. If you've got any suggestions on what content you'd like to see, please let us know, and we'll do our best. If not, stay safe, and we'll see you all soon.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.